So you're wondering when part two is going to start for the Transcendent campaign. And I'm looking at this myself like, well, we've already had 2 weeks. The 2 week mark for part one will be Saturday. That is when Beast Gohan initially dropped, was the 27th, and that was on a Saturday East Coast time. We have nothing else definitely planned for part one. I would be very surprised if by the rest of today, so Thursday, Friday, that they give us something planned. I would be very shocked if that happens. And seeing as we've already got two amazing LRs, Easy Aid, I don't think we get anything else. I think we've got the content wrapped up for part one. So again, we should all be looking at part two. Like, when is that going to happen? They've been moving a little differently this year, so I'm not going to go ahead and give a specific like stamp guaranteed, Charles Barkley guaranteed that it's going to be Saturdays when everything's going to pop off. I'm not going to say that whatsoever at all, just for the simple fact that that is again on the weekend, and seeing as they don't like to do a lot of things, and also it was technically like we had the I think if I'm not mistaken, Friday when we had the Transcended live stream, well, producer letter, like it was a few hours after is when that actually came out. So that makes sense for that. But seeing as we haven't had any lead up to this whatsoever at all, they haven't announced anything forehand, like nothing. I would very much be shocked if they just went ahead tomorrow or today and was like, oh, by the way, part two is going to get started. Here's your teaser for part two or whatever. I don't think that's going to happen like that quick. I think it's going to be a situation that maybe, just maybe, they go, well, Friday, let's go ahead and announce the stuff for part two and everything, and then it won't happen until maybe like that Monday or something like that. So Sunday for like Pacific time, but like Monday for East Coast time, like in the morning around like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there, they drop the banner. That's what I would say. That way they give them enough time to like give us the in-game notice of like, oh, be on lookout for this next character, will pop up, and we're like, oh, holy crap, it's this. And then maybe over the weekend we get to see some details, maybe some animations, and then boom, summons hit us. That's what I would personally say would happen. But knowing Dokkan and like I said, how they've been moving, it's kind of hard to really say what they would actually do, just for the simple fact that, I mean, they've just been moving completely different this year. Like, I mean, dates for celebrations and campaigns have all been, alternated around, and that's just how Dokkan's been moving, especially with a new main producer and stuff like that. So I wouldn't get my hopes up too much about it starting Saturday to make that 2 week mark. I think it might be 2 weeks and maybe like a couple of days in between, that way we can get the information for stuff, and they can probably announce like, hey, part two is going to start then, and start getting everything sort of in function. That's what I would go with. So I don't want to repeat myself that much on this one anymore. But basically, coming over to let's go to cards and go to categories for a second, because with movie, let's go super heroes, and then we'll go super bosses, because we can really weigh in things. Now I'm gonna go with the thing that I don't think is going, if it does happen, I don't know if it'll kill the hype that much for a lot of people, but it's likely. Here's the thing with Cell Max. I'm wearing red for Cell Max today, and I wasn't trying to do that, but here's the thing with Cell Max. So you can see up here that he came out in 2024, so it's already been 2 years since we've had his card drop. He is, well, let's just say he's gonna get his butt whooped in these metas. That's 2 years of meta changes, so he can get his ass whooped in a lot of stuff currently right now. Unless you pop an item on, then maybe with an item we'll see how different it is. But the most, I was gonna say the most unlikely thing that really can happen out of that is that we get just another standalone Cell Max. I don't think we get another standalone Cell Max. I think we're pretty much due for a Gammas to Cell Max sort of transition. That's what I'm gonna go with. So for instance, like we get these two, and then we get the Cell Max, because we don't really have a lot of exchange cards here Like we've had our few exchange cards, and to be quite honest, we've only had a few EX super attacks. I think we've only got what, 3? Unless I'm missing somebody. Well, no. I take that back. 3 LRs, but all the Tamagami got an EX. So, you know what I'm saying? We haven't really had a lot for the span of basically 6 months from when the anniversary started, and now where we're at the Transcendent. Not a lot. So I would expect to have a card that has that. That way, you know, we have another one. We have 4, you know, premium cards with those mechanics, because I mean they kind of introduce those mechanics, and the way it necessarily looks at it right now, a lot of people, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think a lot of people are kind of like on EX super attacks, because again, it is just another sort of form of RNG gamble in the middle of a super attack animation. So you're basically gambling to get the EX super attack off that does more damage and benefits the card a lot more. So I think a lot of people are probably sort of phased out on that a little bit and being like, hey, I don't want to have another like RNG roll in the middle of my RNG roll of what I'm getting for my, like, unless the card has immediate crit or something like that. You know, I don't want to have another RNG roll in there. I would just rather have the card with the super attack, and then I already have high crit on, so let that happen. Don't give me another like, oh, EX super attack, and if the EX super attack doesn't crit, and then I'm like, bro, come on. Like, I'm good with that. So you let me know in the comment section below if you're good with that or not. Like, if you think the EX super attack's a little or not. But I think they might do it, they might not do it, to be quite honest. But with the gammas and it being sort of the card for the gammas and also sell max, I think they could probably do it, get away with it, and work that way, and it would work out. And I could see that being the next, because again, you don't have sell max for that long. And speaking of what we don't have for that long, so let's bring it back here, because like I said, I'm still on the team for Orange Piccolo. I feel like Orange Piccolo should be the definitive card to get the next LR for part 2. I genuinely do feel this way, because again, him and Gohan, they came out 2022, and he got their Easy Ace 2026, him and Beastless Gohan, right? So we started out with these two, and then Gohan, we got Beast Gohan for the 9th year anniversary, which, by the way, for the 12th year anniversary, we'll be getting an Easy A. For the ones that may not know this or not, that may be new, he's going to get an Easy A, and he ran shit in Dokkan for a long time. To be quite, like, when I say a dominant like card from a meta, like this dude right here is who comes to mind. This guy up here is literally who comes to mind. Like, if he does not come to mind for you, then you weren't playing around this time for that anniversary. I can tell you that you definitely weren't playing for that time, because this fool, boy, oh boy, was the 9th year, beginning of the 9th year. Holy crap. And everyone on global side was waiting patiently for him. And again, Beast Gohan, like I said, is his name, so he could link up with the well, I won't say now the new Beast Gohan, but with Beastless Gohan, like that you just had the Ultimate Gohan. But they had the picture with him and also Orange Piccolo in it, because he has a unit super attack with Orange Piccolo. Okay, remember that. So that was the card for it. Now we present time, and we get another standalone Beast Gohan that is just Beast Gohan, and he does not have Piccolo in the card art. So now you have a Piccolo, Beastless Gohan, Orange Beastless Gohan, well, Beast Gohan, and you have Piccolo technically intertwined in the card, even though he's not counted in the card, he's intertwined. So it makes sense that we come out with another standalone Beast Gohan, because again, this guy right here being a banner unit, like, I was almost guaranteed, and again, this may not happen, this is all speculation talk still, Like, I was under the impression that at first when I seen him on the banner as a banner unit, I was like, oh, that's not gonna happen because now we already got a new Piccolo card. Well, this is Red Ribbon Army Piccolo. This is an orange Piccolo. Like, this isn't like Ultimate Piccolo or nothing like it. This is just Red Ribbon Army Piccolo, which is good for the Namekians, by the way, because again, more Piccolo names, different name cards, the better. I'm now back onto the train for that, because looking back at this Beast Gohan and you see exactly what he's getting, what he's doing. At this point in time in the game, if you have Beast Gohan, then you know what you're getting out of him. You know at this point in time to stop making a mistake and putting him in the slot 1, even if you pop his active or whatever. Like, you don't put him in the slot 1, you put him in the damn slot 2 where he belongs, or the slot 3 depending on your rotation, but probably the slot 2 to keep him on rotation so you can still get the counters, because he needs to super before. Like, yes, he gets defense 100% for one turn, but that 100% don't go a long way, to be quite honest, especially with all these events getting harder and harder, and seeing as we're about to be in a new meta very soon. Yeah, that's not going to be good whatsoever at all. But the biggest tell for me is this node right here. This to me says a lot about what's going to happen for the part 2 and being Orange Piccolo. That's still my guess, my biggest guess on this one, because I think he needs it even more, because now you can have, for instance, if you do have, say, let's just say for the sake of it, okay, you do have another Orange Piccolo. You already have this Beast Gohan, right? That's going to give you that support at that point in time. Well, depending on his leader skill and seeing as he's going to be a carnival, he's probably going to be 220%. He's going to be a slot 1 because this Gohan is not a slot 1 whatsoever at all. If Orange Piccolo comes out, again, speculation. If Orange Piccolo comes out and he's not a slot 1 card, this is going to be the biggest what the fuck are we doing, like, at this point in time. Like, if he's a slot 3 or something, or another slot 2, I'm going to be like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, what are we doing? Because this right here, being the attack and defense 58% and damage reduction rate 10% for all allies whose name includes Piccolo. Okay, like, if Piccolo has this but somewhat reverse for Gohan, like, if he's giving damage reduction to Gohan, then that's 68% damage reduction. That's way better for Gohan now, especially in the slot 2 after he's super attacked and stuff. Way better for him. I mean, that 10% damage reduction is going to help out quite a bit. And if you're running items, which again I highly recommend for a very hard fights and stuff like that, if they don't have anything tied to not running an item or something like that, then what's the point? Especially if you're new. Like, don't feed into the whole thing about the Dokkan community of some of those people that are like, oh, you never use items, blah 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 blah. Use your items, and then Beast Gohan's gonna get a whole lot better at that point in time. A whole lot. Like, literally, if you use 40% Whis right now, he's gonna have 98% damage reduction. So you're already like, okay, I see you. Unless you go against now, he ain't goated, because you can still go against like an enemy that bypasses a whole lot of defense and all that stuff. So he can still get hit, to be fair, especially for a big super. Like, you still get hit, because again, your defensive stat is what you're going by here. So if it's already at 1,000,000 and then you literally already have damage reduction rate of almost 100%, you're not going to get popped a lot. But if it's like 200 or 300,000 and then you're getting hit by a super that's like 10 or 11 or whatever million at that point in time, you're going to feel it. You going to feel it, and you ain't got 1,000,000 HP, so you going to feel it, okay? Or 3 million. So that's like, this is my biggest argument for him, is that we need to reverse going back. Like, he's giving Piccolo, but he's not getting back to him. And that could also change quite a bit because you still have 18 and Krillin, and where's Pan at? Because Pan's in here too. Actually, I should have just went to oh, there we go. We have Goten and Trunks. Did I already pass up Pan? I didn't think I did. Bro, where's Pan at? Oh, there she is. You already have Pan. So you have these guys from the movie, which makes sense, by the way. It makes sense that the Spicy Unfeatured or the support Easy Ace weren't in the part 1, because again, all these guys showed up in the part 2. Besides Pan's in the movie basically the whole fucking time, so that don't make sense about her not getting it. So I can't lump that in for that. But for the most part, you have all of these guys that are going to be getting easy. Hopefully they don't forget them and they get Easy Ace, because at this point in time, I don't know if I would. It's almost like a guarantee that I hate to say the Chuck guarantee, but it's almost a guarantee that the Namek boys and also Metal Cooler are going to get Easy Ace. It's almost like that guarantee there, because again, you already had part 1s of Burku and Metal and Final Form Cooler that have their Easy Ace. It'd be weird if they split that up when they're in the same celebration. So it would make no sense whatsoever at all for that. So I hope that, because that's happening, that they don't forget about these guys getting their Easy A's. Hopefully they just added on top of that, and part 2 is even more spicy, because you're not gonna get a ton of Dragon Stones from the Spicy Unfeatured Easy A's. You're not gonna get a ton from it, but you know, you're still gonna get a little something from it. This, like I said, medium chance to evade, and then you have superheroes category ally key +1. Do you also have down here, when HP is 50% or more, superheroes category allies attack defense 50% for 2 turns, self-excluded. Like, boy, the support from these guys is crazy. Look, attack and defense 10% per superclass ally on the team. Like, okay. Then you have, oh, they don't have any. Oh, I'm looking at their kit now, and I'm like, bro, y'all ain't got nothing. Oh, Dookie. Lord have mercy, y'all are Dookie. They need, please Easy A them for the sake of the Dookiness that I am seeing right here. Holy damn. I mean, look at that. Them boys need help. Jesus, them boys need help. Oh my God. Like, I'm almost like in my eyes right now, because holy shit, I thought they were better than what they were. Them motherfuckers was Dookie on release. How did we Pan was good though. If memory serves, Pan was actually good on release. Like, bro, look at the bro. Look at me. Okay, look down here. Look down here. Okay, look down here. I know you like to be looking up here and reading off of all this passive, because you already reading the passive, looking at it right now like, damn, she already better than them two. What the fuck is going on? Look at me. Look at me. Okay, that dookiness that you just seen from Goten and Trunks. Now back to this passive. Look at this damn. Look at what she got down there. Look at that. And then come over here and see what they barely did here. Barely, bro. Like, bro, this is like a second grader is reading all this out and like, oh, and then you get up here and it's like 6th grade and they're like, what happened? I can't read all of it. Like, this is what just happened. Key +2, attack and defense 150, super heroes category key +1, attack and defense 30% up, plus an additional key +1, attack and defense 20% up for again, characters who belong in the parent of child or a bond of master and disciple. Again, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, already buffing them, and she's a slot 3. basically. She's a slot 3. I'm telling you, like, support. You already have that support. If that goes for 2 turns, this is what I was going to get at when I was saying it again, but I got on a tangent. Because it's Carnival, if it's Orange Piccolo and it's easier and better to run 2 Orange Piccolos. If Orange Piccolo has support for superheroes, like, then one is going to support the other. Okay, like, they're still going to support each other. So if he has like another 50% or whatever on it, he's premium, so it might be above 50%. Say it's 70%, 2 keys 70%, and then with Gohan gets an additional like 50% or something like that, attacking defense, and then 10% damage reduction. You know, whatever, something along the lines of that. That's a lot for Beast Gohan to have in the 2nd slot, and then you got to think about the 3rd slot unit giving support, and then if there's a unit, the other 3rd slot unit that are just your floaters, if they've already gave support for 2 turns as well too. So then you think about all of that support buffing Beast Gohan, and this is why I say that might be the reason why he was underwhelming at this point in time, just because they knew that they were going to be buffing the dog piss out of Beast Gohan, and they were like, let's dumb this down a little bit, because you got to think, this ain't like Omasu or nothing like that, where Omasu would come in and just wouldn't even be thinking about it. He'd just make a unit terrible just to be terrible for the sake of it. No, this is a new main producer, and they might have actually tested some stuff and been like, I think that's too strong. Like, for instance, look at Cooler. TUR Cooler. I would say the best TUR in terms of value wise for a whole team. Boy, the people that skip the Metal Cooler army, boy, I know y'all kicking and screaming right now. I know it. Okay? Like, value. Boy, gonna have so much value going forward. More Wicked Bloodline we get, more Terrifying Conquerors we get, boy, is skyrocketing. Okay? Skyrocketing. Like, I think that they thought to themselves, this is definitely gonna happen the same way, because boy, this fool, the STR one right here, when he gets his EZA, is going to mog the dog shit out of Dokkan. So you're gonna have that, and then not to mention, you're still gonna have Gogeta. Like, Gogeta's up in here that's gonna get an EZA. Okay? Like, him, I know we all talk about Beast Gohan, because at that meta, I know we all talk about Beast Gohan, and knowing that during the 12th anniversary, boy, oh boy, oh boy. But you still gotta remember, this motherfucker is gonna get an EZA. And not to mention, they're gonna get one, and then also, where you at? Where you at, big dog? Where you at? Come on up here, bro, as well too. Like, and this is why I'm like, I don't think Cell Max is happening right now. I think we'll get somebody else or whatever like that that'll give the support. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't think we're getting that. If we get that, especially a standalone, I'll be shocked a little bit, because I'll be like, bro, low key. I mean, low key, he don't need it, but at the same time, I can see he do need it. I see it, but because it is 2 years, and he ain't had another LR, another card, or anything like that in 2 years. So I get it, I understand, but I don't expect it. I damn sure don't expect it at all, because I know he's going to EZA next year, hopefully, depending on whenever we have another celebration. And if that's the point in time when we get another celebration that actually is the Gammas and him, then that would make sense at that point in time, because they might need something to EZA then, especially if they don't EZA all of these spicy unfeatured cards here, because that's going to be one of the biggest tellings. And we still haven't had a super EZA yet, and I might have to come down here and look at this and think to myself, super EZA, who could that be? Who could they super easy out of here currently right now that would still fit in line for stuff? And I don't know, man. I don't know, because I feel like Frieza. Yeah, should Frieza be in Go? And oh well, yeah, he should be. He should be in Super Bosses. I know he should be in movie bosses, but he should be in Super Bosses. What? Is this motherfucker not in Super Bosses? I know I know he's in movies. Like I know that. I'm not that's not even an afterthought or whatever. I know he's there, but damn it, George, I think he should be in Super Bosses. And I'm talking about this one right here, the Tech Golden Frieza. Because boy, is this motherfucker due for a super easy A, homie. He is due for a super easy A. And 2019 was when he got his easy A. 7 years later. And it would make sense just because, you know, we still got Cooler. We just got Cooler. We're probably going to get the other Cooler easy A. And it would make sense because now Metal Cooler Army could even have another stupid defensive unit. I mean, look at this dude. Look at this guy for a second. Okay? Look at him. Look again. And then look again. Okay? There's only 4 nodes here. Look again. Basic effect is 80% attack and defense. HP, when HP is 50% or more, 80% damage reduction. When HP is 49% or less, 50% damage reduction. Attack 50%. If I gotta look at you one more time before you get it, me and you gonna have some choice words in the comments, okay? This golden Negro was nothing but defensive. Nothing but defensive. I mean, I'm not saying that Cooler's team needs it. At this point in time, I can't say Cooler's team is actually going to need it just for Metal Cooler as well too. If they give him the same treatment as they just gave literal Final Form Cooler, I mean, you just at this point in time, I mean, he got to be hit. So Metal Cooler Army has to be hit. Like, I don't know what else. I genuinely don't know what else to say because he has no support. He basically has no attack, really. He has no defense at all in his kit except for damage reduction. That's it. He doesn't have guard, nothing. Nothing. Just 80% damage reduction with HP is 50% or more, and then 49% or less, he literally gets 50%. Still 50%. To this day, even at 50%, if he has any kind of any kind of attacking defense at this point in time in Dokkan, where people's kits have 1,000 in their kit, and I'm not even exaggerating, 1,000 attacking defense in their kit. This is a super easy A. As far as it is currently right now, this is as high as it goes for Dokkan. At this moment in time, as high as it goes for Dokkan. Brother Main, like, what in the fuck is this dude gonna look at with a super easy A? Like, you give him attack and defense. If he even built attack and defense by getting hit or something, he don't already have that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's before receiving an attack or even after receiving an attack or something, like he gets another defense 100% or something, like, brother, I'm over here just because real Dokkan players that's been in the game for a long time can understand this and know this, that this 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 golden Frieza, this boy right here was a goat in Dokkan for a long time. Okay, he was like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was, but basically better at, because I mean, if you were above 50% HP, you still could put him in a slot 1, and he has 80% damage reduction. Like 80%, that was so much with no defense built in or anything like that. If you run him with an item on right now, you have literally just an Icarus is 30 or 35%, bro. That's already over 100% damage reduction on this guy already. No defense built in, no nothing, just damage reduction that much. I'm talking about him too much because I'm over here like I don't know what kind of monster he would look like, especially when you already have Metal Cooler Army that with an SCR key spear is giving attack and defense as well. Like the level of monster that this guy is going to be at a Super Easy 8 is, it's all like, I truly don't think we're ready, because we haven't had a Super Easy 8 this celebration. I truly don't think we're ready, and I can't think of anybody else that would get a Super Easy 8 out of this. Like, I genuinely cannot. And it's funny because in yesterday's video, I was I was going through and I paused at where are you at? It was Gogeta. I paused at Gogeta and people were like, yeah, you right here. I paused at him and people were like, Super Easy 8 coming soon, 2023. And I'm just saying, both him and Broly are getting Easy A's during the 12th, so I doubt it unless they ran it back and gave us another Gogeta or something like that. Unless, but I just, like, I know we're at the end of this video and I've been yapping for a very long time, so if you've been watching this video this whole entire time, I appreciate that. This is like LR free talk that's been happening for Dokkan. You know, we just talking about so much stuff, especially, you know, getting the beginning part out of being like, hey, this is what they might do and stuff. But I miss this guy. I do. I miss him so much. I remember when I pulled him, I was so ecstatic. So ecstatic. And just look at look at his kit currently right now. Look at his kit right now. And just think to yourself what they could do for this boy with a Super Easy 8. He already has great chance of evade. And after evading an attack, key +2 and attack 50% for 4 turns. So that build. After evading an attack, I wish it was after evading every attack. Then that would be a holy shit. When attacking defense 50%. Obviously, you know that'll go even up more when it's Super Easy 8 anyway. Performs a crit hit already, crit built in, 3 key already built in. If he had attacks effective against all types and ended up getting another like 700 attack and defense with a great chance to evade, and he performs a crit hit, Lord have mercy. Add another additional super in there too, so we can get a maximum of 3 super attacks, and good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. We looking at some real shit right there. We are. But that's not gonna happen. And like I said, that's just another thing that I see not happening for Super Easy 8, because they're non-existent at this moment in time, and there's no one currently at all from that movie that is even in Super Easy 8 territory. No one at all. So it just begs the question of what they are going to do. And like I said, if they lean it on over to Golden Frieza, if he's the one that gets it, and they're just like, it's been It's been 7 years, dog. It's been 7 years. This man will. Woo. I don't want to hype him up too much. Now, yes, I do. I ain't hyping him up enough. I'm not hyping him up enough. Okay, because it's Thursday, not a Frieza Friday. If it was Frieza Friday and I was talking about this, I'd be hyping him up even more. But that's gonna be a dominant unit. That's gonna be a dominant tank unit right here. And like I said, even if his best case scenario offensively is 30s, 40s, or 50s, I'm cool with it. You don't know why? Because he's gonna be a defensive monster, and that's what he was made for, is defending. So if you can get 30 or 40 out of it, I'll take it. And if that's not best case scenario, that's just him, Rainbow, with God equips, and then you add in all the other support for the other characters, stuff like that. If you can get 60 out of it, that's golden. No pun intended. But other than that, let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys feeling this? What y'all thinking with this LR free talk at the end of this? Like, are you ready for part 2? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, have an awesome day / night. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.